If you're a care agency or a support agency, you already understand the value of live-in care or 24/7 support contracts and packages, as opposed to 5 hours per week, 10 hours per week, 3 hours per day, whatever the situation is, because you're getting that predictable, sustainable, long-term income. Less headache for staffing, less headache for your staff in terms of traveling. They go there, they're based there, the work happens there, there's more focus, and quite often there's actually better care and better support because of the focus of your agency for that service. If you're new to the agency, or if you're thinking about starting a care agency, you should also be considering how your agency can be geared or focused towards providing the 24/7 care or supports. Beyond the financial benefits, there are also a lot of logistical and operational benefits too. Now, there's 3 opportunities right now, if you're watching the video on 26th of March, that are open for you to bid for. I'm going to put the link in the description below, the link to each tender on BidSuite. But to save you some time, we're going to go through those 3 on the video today. The first one is a contract in Camden. So it's being run by the London Borough of Camden, and it's the mental health supported living for women. So this one is the in Camden Council now. They've basically established a 15-unit property, basically meaning that 15 rooms to accommodate 15 women. Now, these women will have mental health conditions that might be due to trauma or gender-related trauma issues. So the service here will need to be gender and trauma-informed support to be given to these women. Not care, but support. And the support will need to be on a 24/7 basis. Here, before I get to requirements, bear in mind that there's an annual budget for the selected provider where the council will be spending of approximately £550. And the tender itself, or the contract itself, could last up until 2031. What's that? 5 years. So the successful supplier will essentially be getting this consistent, sustainable income service with the council for at least 5 years, or up to 5 years. Bearing in mind that there are some requirements, like I said, you need to meet. First one is a standard technical experience requirements. Because of the specialism here, you will need to have at least 3 years experience delivering this sort of support, but also ideally for women. So not just support for individuals with learning disability, for example, that are adult and gender neutral. No, it needs to be tailored supports for women. You need to have experience because you need to deliver or send in your references, contract examples in your bid as well. But like I said, check the description in the link below and you can see the full criteria. The next one is in Norfolk County Council. So if you're not fond of London, perhaps you might be closer to Norfolk. They have an open system, which is dynamic purchasing system, for the provision of supported living services and independent living in extra care housing. And typically, this simply means that they are tailor-made buildings and units for individuals with particular conditions or in particular age group or category. In this case, these individuals will have a range of different conditions, potentially physical disability, learning disability, whatever the case may be, but they will be older than 55 years old. On a case-by-case basis, there might be adults there that are less than 55, but generally speaking, you will need to provide the care and supports for individuals over the age of 55. Bear in mind that you're not providing the accommodation in any of these opportunities. In this one specifically, Norfolk have already been working and continue to work with social housing providers, property developers who can create and establish these units. And all they need is for agencies to come in and deliver the care and support. Before you bid, do understand that there are 2 lots you can bid for. Lot 1 is in Honeytree. So Honeytree Court has 40 units. This is in Epping, which essentially you could assume is a block of 40 units where you'll be responsible for providing the care and support for up to 40 individuals in there. Then lot 2 is in Helen Court. Same establishment, but Helen Court is in Braintree. And there are 55 units. So again, as opposed to 40, 55 units where you're responsible for providing the care and support. The way this tender works is that they are going to pick the top 5 agencies from the first stage to apply and bid for stage 2, where there'll be more and deep dive into the evaluation criteria, technical criteria, and you demonstrating your experience and your suitability, etc. From those top 5, they will then pick 2, one provider for each of the 2 lots. Please understand that the pricing is also up to £24.72 per hour. So you need to budget this according to your operational expenses and financial budgeting. However, as always, there is a criteria. Click the link in the description to see the full checklist. But one of the most important things to understand is you need to have CQC registration. Another important thing is please only apply for this if you genuinely have experience, or your agency has experience delivering these services, because you will need to demonstrate your experience, but also provide contract examples and references that can verify the experience that you provided. Last but not least is the adult short break services contract in Oxfordshire County Council. So for those who are not familiar with short break services, this is typically a service that's geared at providing respite to the main primary carers of an individual, of individuals who may have particular conditions. So autism, learning disability, physical disability, etc. Because you want to ensure that the carers don't get burnt out or mentally or physically drained. So just to be able to provide respite for hours or days, weeks, depending on the individual. So on this contract, council have 3 locations. These locations are, or 3 properties, one in Didcot, one in Banbury, and one in Oxford. So Didcot has 5 beds, Banbury has 5 beds, and Oxford has 5 beds. Again, the only role you are providing here, or the only role you're playing here as a care agency, is to provide the care and support for the individuals, because the council already providing the accommodation. Bearing in mind that you will need to be able to provide this on a 24/7 basis for at least 170 people per year. The contract could last up to 5 years, and the council have a budget here of approximately 1 million. So for the provider here, this is again sustainable long-term growth for your business if you can provide these services. In terms of requirements, like I said already all throughout the video, make sure you check out the link in the bio for the specific tender in question. We're also going to have the deadline here, so depending on when you're watching this video, it may still be open or it may not be open. A few requirements here you need to check out. Number 1, you need to have CQC registration, because you are providing care as well, not just support. And beyond your CQC registration, your agency needs to have a CQC rating of at least good. So if you do not have this, you're going to be disqualified from the bid. Secondly, as I've said all throughout the video, you do need to have experience providing person-centered care and support, especially in short break services and 24/7 care and support. So not domiciliary care, and not specifically or particularly supported accommodation or supported living. If you have service experience for short break services, 24/7 basis, you will need to utilize the references and the referees in your bid as well. Like I said, check out the description to see the full criteria for the tender or for the contract that best suits your business, to make sure you qualify before you bid. If there's any particular service your agency is providing and you'd like me to go through what contracts or what tenders are available you can bid for, leave a comment, let me know. I'll be happy to make loads of these videos telling everyone what tenders are available and what the criteria are.